You're listening to another episode of the Ana Vivo podcast. Thank you for your time.
Oh, yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Ana Vivo podcast. I'm your host, Tim C. Miller, and I'm joined today by a special crew, dare I say, a motley crew of pirates. That's right. Today we've got a special episode for you. We're following on, if you joined us last week, with Sizzly Steve from setting up the skeleton of our vacation. And now I'm joined by the motley ragtag group of pirates, Seth Miller, Ben Miller, and Seth's lovely wife, Rebecca Miller. So, welcome to the show, Seth, and Becky, and Ben.
Hello.
Yarg.
Ben has donned a hood like the Sith Lord that he is.
Do it.
And and Becky apparently is freezing, so this is perfect. Welcome to the show, everybody. Good to see you. All right, so thanks for putting up with me and the patience here to get this off the ground and rolling. We're going to go day by day for our listeners that heard kind of the overview, the 60,000-foot view of the cruise and vacation last week. We're going to go kind of day by day and dive into this. So first of all, give me some of your guys' feedback on cruising in general, but also the Virgin Voyages cruise. And anybody can just jump right in.
I liked the adult-only portion of it, so there were no kids.
Yeah.
But
no kids on this cruise, Virgin Voyages.
Mainly the not having to dress up for dinners.
That's nice.
Was a big selling point.
They kind of got rid of their formal night, like most cruise lines, and in lieu of that did a red night, scarlet night. Mm-hmm. But I can't help but notice you also didn't get glammed up either, Seth.
No. It was, that was too much.
Ben?
I'm a man.
Okay.
I don't bedazzle myself.
Becky got bedazzled.
I did.
And so did
Becky's
Steve
a
and I.
woman.
Well.
And you guys are questionable.
I think Tim and Steven were one of the only men to do it on the ship.
We had a great time. It was free. It's all inclusive. It's red night. Everybody wears red. They get bedazzled. Lots of dancing, lots of parties. It's a good time. But yes, to your point, Seth, no formal nights. That's nice. What other pros, Ben?
As a cruising, unlike just going on a vacation at some singular destination, you get to see a wide variety of places.
Different countries.
Or for the most part, the same countries or same style countries.
Yeah. Is your mic sliding when you
It's just
slide?
slightly lazily to the right.
Huh, we'll have to fix that.
I probably just need to scoot forward.
Yeah, so this one pulled into 5 different countries. We flew into Puerto Rico and left from there, from San Juan. What do you guys think of Old San Juan?
I liked it.
Yeah, that was fun. I'd go back there.
Yeah? We explored Puerto Rico a day before we got on the cruise. Saw some cool history, melted to death.
Cats everywhere.
Oh, yeah, there were cats everywhere. And iguanas. Yeah.
Cats eating iguanas.
And cats eating iguanas, apparently. Oh, yeah, that one little cat down by the fort.
Ate a lizard.
The Spanish conquistador.
Iguanas.
Oh, okay.
The Spanish conquistador cats that ate lizards. And then we pulled into, who remembers our first port?
Tortellini.
Tortola.
British Virgin Islands. What'd you guys think?
It was okay.
Ben.
I thought it was pretty. I liked that we didn't really see the town like it was.
That's the one where
very...
we took that bus that was not really a bus. It was like a...
It was an F-350.
It was an F-350 with metal seats on the back.
Yeah.
And we toured the whole island, essentially, up and down. And there was not a flat spot to be had on that island.
Mm-mm.
No, it looked like the beaches, because that one beach we stopped at was full of coral.
Yeah.
So it looked like it probably would be good for snorkeling if it was calmer, but it was really windy and wavy that day. And yeah, there's not really much tourist stuff to do outside of the main port.
Yeah, the port we pulled into had that long pier, and there was another cruise ship beside us. But otherwise, outside of like the typical diamond stuff and T-shirt Del Sol stuff, that was about it. So, and then we had to get on the bus right there. It was really jostly, lots of narrow roads, and iguanas as well. And we had some restaurant stops at the top. What else did we do on that one? I can't remember. Oh, was that the cheese one?
Yeah, we snorkeled and you got Johnny cakes.
Yeah.
Oh,
we
yeah.
got
Cakes,
them
yeah.
Johnny cakes.
Oh, yeah. What's a Johnny cake, Ben?
It's a good question.
It's a cheese sandwich.
Pretty much.
A grilled cheese sandwich without the butter.
It was just a croissant with a craft singlet melted in between. The famous Johnny cakes of the British Virgin Islands. We did snorkel on the beach there, although you almost got ran over several times, Seth, by windsurfers.
I saw a seashell. It was worth it.
And that was it. We went back on the cruise. It was a good time. Again, all-inclusive. That's always nice. What was the next day? The next day, we pulled into my favorite place, Guadalupe. Point de Pitre.
Puente Piatre.
And that was with Xavier.
That was your
And-
favorite day out of all of them?
Well, that was my favorite island out of all the islands, I think.
We barely even
We
saw
barely
the
saw
island.
the we were on the water.
Maybe
the
that
whole
was
day.
my favorite.
We spent,
I don't know. We took a taxi to a creepy little corner. and-
That's true. Where he dropped us off looked like he was going to murder us, but then
Yeah.
it turned out really cool.
I'd say outside of Puerto Rico, it's probably the most developed island we stopped at.
Well, and it was just, I think why it was my favorite is because the whole time I was eating breakfast up in the galley, we're sailing by most of the island. It was very lush and volcanic and jungly and mountainous, but also flat and green, built up.
Yeah, French.
French owned. So I don't know if it's like, that's one of the things I noticed was a lot of the British owned or previously British places were very poor and destitute, and a lot of the, well, this one French place was not, so not as much. Although we still had to wait outside for all those cab drivers and almost lost our cab guy.
Yeah, the cab driver wasn't friendly.
And they didn't.
The first one.
I don't feel like they spoke as much English.
No, yeah, they definitely all spoke French.
Because
only.
they're French, Becky.
I know, but we went to other places
Why don't
that.
they speak English in the French country?
That's not what I meant. Okay, thanks.
The British places,
You mean they put up an effort to learn English? In all
Yeah,
the
for
other
the
places?
tourists.
as opposed to the Creole places that also spoke really good English. Yeah.
Yeah.
Xavier did a good effort. He told us at the beginning,
He
I
did.
don't speak English, and then he did
Spoke
a good
English
job.
Yeah,
most
he
of the
did
time.
great.
His meal was amazing.
It was.
Yeah,
was
that was
vegetarian.
the first time I ate, and because I was sick for the first like 2 days, so that
Oh, yeah.
was a culture shock. It was very
It was a huge plate.
yeah, and very different flavors with everything. I don't think I'd like it there. I need
I don't
beef.
think I'd like it.
I need beef and pork.
That was
and
just
stuff.
him. He's a vegetarian. But
Yeah,
I'm sure they
French
had
people.
other things too. But we went out. He took us on a sailboat. We legitimately sailed. Took us a long time to get out to this wreck, and we snorkeled this wreck, which was cool. And we saw a huge manta ray or stingray.
Stingray, yeah.
Yeah, or skate. I don't know the difference, but that was cool. At the bottom.
Yeah.
What do you think about that one, Ben?
It was cool.
Any pros or cons? Anything you would do differently?
Probably not do a sail tour again.
Yeah.
You know, just because of the amount of time it took us to get that distance. You know,
Unless
we
we're
saw the.
staying there for the day.
Yeah.
But like,
Yeah. If we're staying there overnight, that might be one thing. But you know, we could see the motorboats whizzing past us, get to their port, drop off their whatever people, pick up new people, make it back out before we even made it out to the wreck.
And on the way back, I realized like, oh, it literally it's up to the wind right now if we're gonna make the boat or not.
Right.
Make the cruise ship.
Although he had his engine on, he just killed it halfway because he realized
Yeah.
how early we were.
Yeah, we were lucky at that point.
Yeah. Yeah, that was fun. The next day we pulled into, anybody remember?
Barbados.
Barbados.
Rihanna.
Yeah, Rihanna's hometown of Bridgetown. And
What are you
on
laughing at, babe?
Barbados. And we did the Lost Beaches tour, which were not lost.
Total
Hidden.
scam.
Wasn't it hidden? I don't know.
I have
Lost.
Hidden
Yeah,
hideaways.
Hideaway beaches.
Yeah.
They were not lost or hidden.
They were not lost or hidden.
discreet by any means.
Becky
We
had
got-
to change in public on the beach.
We
I
got
did
rum
not. I found a
punch.
bathroom.
Oh, you did? Okay.
We got free rum punch at the first beach, which was great. Except I broke my flippers as soon as I discovered the little pillars that were making that fake reef.
Oh, yeah. So you
There
went
was
down
this-
and kicked and broke your flipper there.
Yeah, I broke them on the way back trying to get my camera. Because for some reason I went out without my camera. But that one, there was a really cool
Rookie mistake.
purple coral I wanted to get a video of.
That one is the one, it's on Ben's video of that weird fish that like flayed out its fins when you try to dive
Oh,
down.
yeah. Wasn't that an angelfish?
It wasn't a lionfish
Or
or an
whatever.
angelfish. It was like, it was
Deadly.
something else that looked normal. And then as soon as you get close to it, it just sits on the bottom and it flares out its fins like, come near me. I dare you.
It was full of poison.
Probably. We'll have to go back and examine Ben's footage there.
And then we went to that other beach and I got in trouble.
Then we went to that other beach that you couldn't swim at because
There was a red flag.
There was a
We
red
didn't
flag,
know what
which-
that meant.
The riptide
which meant riptide apparently.
pulls out all the young children.
Yeah.
Pulls
Can you
them out to
imagine
sea.
if Woodby had red flag days? And they're like, no, you can't swim.
No one swims on Whidbey except me anyways.
That's probably why we don't have red flag days.
Yeah.
But-
Yeah, that was not a very fun tour. I would not do that one again. A lot of the Virgin Voyages tour descriptions are cheeky and fun and not informative.
Yeah.
And so the benefit is it's run by Virgin, and so if if it's late or there's something wrong or whatever, you'll get back to the ship on time. But out of the three private or the three Virgin ones we did, I actually enjoy the two private ones better.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because the one at St. Lucia was private, right?
No,
No,
that was
that was Virgin.
Oh,
That was
that was
good.
Virgin?
That was a good one.
one. Yeah.
But that was
That
also
was
late
probably
by
the-
an hour. The boat didn't even show up while we were standing out
Yeah,
there.
that's true.
So we're here in Barbados. We went out for a walk first. We didn't.
That was sweaty.
That was
We got our
Ben's,
exercise in.
Ben's call. He wanted to walk 2 miles, surprisingly.
Not true.
And
It was cool. We saw that alleyway.
we
It
went down to the old alley. Yeah. What was that?
started with a Chinese shop, and then it ended with like a Iranian shop. So it was-
In Barbados.
yeah, it was perfect. They got the whole alleyway
Yeah.
under surveillance.
Yeah, that whole alley. It was like the old I forget, Water Street or something. It was an old. I have some pictures of the market, old historic market, but it was just essentially still a market, and they had a lot of statues to slavery and plaques for that, and Rihanna, and a lot of different things like that. And then we had there was this massive molasses warehouse where they store the molasses for the rum, I guess, making.
Yep.
Is that where we got our rum? Was that? Do we have to walk through that shops through Barbados? Yeah, we did. We had to walk through that
was-
indoor
yeah.
mall. It was like an indoor mall that you had to walk through to get out into the city first,
Tortuga rum.
and that's where we got the Tortuga rum, which was right there in Bridgetown. So
Yeah.
that was delicious. That's what we're drinking now.
No, this is. I'm not wasting it. Mixed.
Oh, what
this
is
is
this?
Captain Morgan
Ah,
with pineapple juice and mango and papaya juice.
oh, okay. Yeah,
This episode sponsored by rum.
Captain Morgan.
Yeah, if you guys go to the Caribbean, get Tortuga rum.
Which
It's
is
only-
not what we're drinking.
It's only available in select places, and I recommend the mango flavored. 40% alcohol. You can drink it like syrup.
Yeah, it is pretty
Pretty
good.
good.
You don't need to mix it with anything, although of course it's still delicious mixed with things. But
The only thing you can get in America from them is the rum cakes, or I guess one bottle of unflavored rum.
Yeah.
Which is disgusting.
or have friends send you from the Cayman Islands or Bridgetown. So then we got back on board, and there's so many cool activities to do on board. So we had a lot of fun eating and doing different things. The next day we went to
Barbados.
St. Lucia,
That was
Castries.
Barbados.
Yeah. That's where we did the speedboat tour. We did the mud
Souffle.
baths and the
Mud
volcano. We snorkeled out on Cade's Reef.
No,
Nope, that was a different one. I'm sorry.
that was St. John's. We snorkeled at some.
Where did we snorkel? Actually, that was a really
point on
good
the
snorkel
beach.
Yeah,
place.
it was a beach resort.
It was a
thingy.
beach resort, and it was marked off with a rope. Like, it was very touristy, but they actually had some pretty good reef there for us to see.
I think it was just marked off so the boats pulling into the bay don't run you over.
and
Or
there were
drop their anchors
rocks,
and rock. Yeah, knock off the coral.
But they had that ladder pull out so old people and young people could just get in and snorkel around, and
Yeah.
it was pretty cool.
Yeah, that was neat.
A lot of diversity in one tiny spot.
We didn't get to stay very long.
No, it
I
was
wish
like
we had
30
stayed
minutes.
longer because, yeah, it was clear and nice.
But then we got like sketchy looking egg sandwiches that were really good.
Oh, yeah, egg and tuna.
Tuna, maybe.
I didn't eat
Yeah.
the tuna, but nobody got sick. So
Those were good. The
Yeah.
tuna was good. Yeah. Yeah, those guys were nice. That's where they filmed. Part of it was filmed for Pirates of the Caribbean.
Supposedly.
Allegedly.
Yeah.
Dr. Doolittle.
And Dr. Doolittle. We had a good crew on board. There was 2 boats we could have got on, and through our tenacity and the fact that there were 5 of us, they put us all on one boat, which was nice, with another couple instead of the other boat, which was like 30 people on that boat. And we had a
Yeah.
cool crew that, and the guide of the whole tour was on our boat, which was nice.
Yeah,
I'd
Becky.
like to point out that is also where we did the volcanic mud baths.
Yeah, tell me about that, Ben.
It was dirty, full of mud,
I'm glad they had the
in a
wash
volcano.
off. The water wash off.
Yeah.
Because I saw like those Russian people walking back, and they were all caked in mud still.
Oh, because they didn't go run back and use the showers?
I don't know, but I was like, what are we getting into? And then we got there, and they had the shower, so I was like, okay, yeah, this is good.
Yeah. Yeah, I do feel 30 years younger. Is that what they said? You'd come
10.
out? Oh,
10.
10. That's something else then.
You're feeling 30 years younger? Wow. Really did its job.
I caked it all
You
on.
did cake it on.
Caked it on in my hair and everything.
That
Yeah.
was fun. I would like to know how hygienic it was.
It was a good experience that I would never do again.
I think the black mud they're just getting from the bottom of all the hot tubs. So like
that
the
was
last
for
one.
decorative use only.
Yeah.
It was
yeah.
the ashy mud that was supposedly good for you.
And that's coming straight off a volcanic cone that's 30 feet away from us.
Right. They could blow it any second.
Yeah. It's like, oh, it grows, and they're just scraping it off the top.
And the top hot tub started at like 110 and got cooler as it went. So at any moment, you could just turn it immediately,
Just boil.
boil your skin off. But
Well, and I didn't feel very clean after washing in the pools.
yeah.
It made all your hair turn black.
Oh,
It
that was
Yeah,
cool,
yeah.
actually.
Weird.
What was cool was that it did outline every piece of hair on my body.
Tim's like, I need to shave this part. And
I was like, oh, I missed a spot on my neck. Oops. So that
it's
was cool.
sulfur water.
Who threw their bathing suit away?
Oh, I threw mine away.
Yep.
Yep.
Ben?
Oh.
Oh,
Ben and Seth,
smelly still.
You
I
guys
washed
saved
it
your
and
bathing
it wasn't.
suits?
I work in
mine
poop.
wasn't bad.
You guys both work in the septic industry.
No, I washed it. Didn't.
Oh, mine
The
stayed
smell didn't
right
come
on
out.
the ship.
So I.
No, I wore boxers, so one of the boxers smells like sulfur, and I just packed. After I washed them, I just put them in my drawer, so I don't know which one it is.
You'll find out later.
It's blue. I gotta look for the blue ones.
It was blue. It's gray now.
Yeah, who knows what it is. But that was fun. I actually miss one of my regrets is not buying banana ketchup.
Oh yeah, they
This
had
lady
a
had
whole,
a whole selection.
yeah, different. It was all banana flavor, but they were like ketchup, barbecue sauce, or spicy.
Yeah, so it'd be like banana based ketchup with a little bit of tomatoes if you wanted tomato, or it'd be
Yeah.
banana and peppers. So
Yeah, and one guy bought a whole
Excuse
caseload full.
yeah,
He
that's
was pretty
kind of
excited.
ridiculous.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You
I
get
would have looked
Tortuga rum
around.
instead.
I would have looked around those.
But you
the
got
people
sugar
selling
cane.
stuff.
Yeah, we got sugar cane to chew on.
And that was your guys' first time, right?
I don't
What?
know.
Chewing on sugar cane?
Yeah.
No.
When
Had
did you
sugarcane
get
before.
sugar cane?
You can buy it from most stores.
You can't.
SARS
can.
has sugar
You
cane.
just buy it from SARS and
Yeah.
just sit there chewing on it. And
No, I
Maybe
don't
it was
do it
Steven.
on my
Somebody. It
own,
was
just
somebody's
doing
first
it.
time.
I had it before.
Yeah, I think out of all of the islands except for Guadalupe, that was probably my favorite, even though it was very poor and destitute when you get inland. The resorts were really nice, and the that was where the 2 points were, right? The pitons.
Yep.
And that was really pretty. So it was pretty, and it seemed like it had good snorkeling, even though we only got a little bit of it. And it seemed like the resorts were nice. And we would just, if I went back, I would want to make sure that I'm either meeting up with Zara, our guide, who knows all of those things, because her friend made that amazing chicken at the end, or making sure that we just hang out with family and friends at the resort. So
Didn't she say we would just? Didn't she tell you we would just stay at her place?
She said she would take care of us.
yeah, like an Airbnb kind of
Yeah.
thing as opposed to a hotel.
She was like, "Don't even worry about it. I'll
probably
just
would.
take care of it."
oh, she would.
So
She'd be great.
yeah.
Her and
if you ever want to go
Wake
back,
up without your kidney.
her and Fun Time, or whatever his name was.
5 o'clock.
Happy
somewhere.
hour.
Happy hour.
Happy hour.
Yeah, that was his nickname.
Shout out to Rum Punch.
Shout out to
Jay.
more Rum Punch and Jay. Every port we went to had rum. I think this entire cruise was rum
But-
sponsored.
The best rum was in St. Lucia, in my opinion.
That's where we're talking about right now.
Jay's room.
Jay's rum, yeah.
Yeah.
Is better than St. John's and Barbados.
Oh, on the boat ride back that he was giving us out. Yeah,
Yep.
I know you guys stopped like halfway. I don't know
His
why.
was it was mixed with like real bananas or something because it had seeds in it.
Oh, it was like a real juice mix. Yeah.
That stuff Xavier had was weird.
Well, he'd bought something and then he made his own.
Yeah.
It was
With
like
beet.
it was
Yeah,
like-
no,
was made
his
in
wasn't
beet
rum
juice.
punch. His
his
was like
yeah,
wine.
His was something else that he poured
It was
like
like
one
he
little
had
shot.
box wine in the bag that he poured it into a glass.
No, that
for you
was
guys.
rum.
That was rum, but he had
In a
something in a
box.
bottle that he had.
That was
The
a
two big
digestive,
a digestive.
which I'm pretty sure is like Brenda. Like you're supposed
Paint
to take
thinner.
a tiny little shot of it
It's
after
just
dinner.
paint thinner.
The more orangish colored juice was better than the purpley.
Yeah, the one made with fruit instead of beets
Yeah.
because we're not French.
Yeah.
Hey, beets are good for you. I love beets. Okay. Next day. So that night was also the red night.
That was loud.
That's where we lost Ben. Ben, can you tell us a little bit about that? That was the Scarlet Night.
You lost me?
Yeah, you were out there with us for a minute.
No, you lost me. I went to bed early. I didn't go to sleep, but I went to my room early.
We lost several of you. First of all, we started out at the pool party.
That was annoying.
Half of you didn't even want to get up on the pool, and then I was like, "We're doing this," and
Girl,
then it
hold
happened.
on.
It just happened,
Got up on the pool.
We
and
all
then
got
we
up on
turned
the
around
pool,
and Ben was gone.
and Ben was gone. We lost him.
Oh yeah, I don't dance.
You dance really good with that stanky leg. Whatever you got going on there.
Are you talking about my gimp?
I mean, is that what you call it?
Aw.
Insensitive.
No, that was very loud.
I can't.
I did feel
My
like
ears
the
hear
cruise was
anything.
like, I don't know. I felt like it was definitely a party cruise. It was aimed towards people who wanted to be loud and dance and
Oh yeah.
Only until that night, until they figured out that, like, it wasn't that. Because I feel like people calmed down after that night.
maybe.
Oh really? I mean, that's what everyone lived for, was the one formal night. That's not a formal night on this cruise. On the Virgin cruise, it's the Scarlet Night. But yeah, that party went on until 3 a.m. So
Right above your room.
right above our room. Yeah.
We watched Hunger Games, the new one, that night.
You guys did in your room?
Maybe.
The rest
Maybe
of
I
us are
went to bed.
partying and enjoying the night, and you guys are in your room watching Hunger Games.
Yep.
Well, we did all do karaoke together.
Yeah,
fun.
That was fun. Yeah, we've got some great footage
Great.
that we can host later on the podcast here for that.
Let's not do that.
We'll put that up for the air.
No.
For all of you listening in,
No.
it'll be on the podcast website. There's some
No.
sweet karaoke footage.
All the songs we didn't even sing. We didn't do Queen.
We did do one Queen.
Mamma Mia, Mamma Mia.
No. We did a Bohemian Rhapsody.
Yeah.
We did?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. I've got footage of you. Don't worry.
Great.
Did Eminem. I remember that.
Okay, so the next day, where did we go? After St. Lucia.
St. John's.
St. John's, Antigua. Not to
Antigua.
be confused.
Yeah.
Antigua, specifically. Not to be confused with
The American Virgin Islands,
St. John's.
which is mostly a state park, evidently. or
American
national
Virgin Islands,
park.
which seems a
Yeah.
lot nicer than
Pretty sure it's U.S. Virgin
where we were, which
Yeah.
was St. John's, Antigua.
Which wasn't bad. I would have just not
That was your favorite
Snorkel
excursion.
spot. It wasn't my. It was my favorite snorkel spot. I feel like we probably could have driven there and got a boat out to it in our own time to snorkel around, not like on a fixed schedule.
True. Yeah.
So we had to wait 2 hours for that boat to show up,
Yeah, the boat was late.
And
by
then
an
it
hour
kept-
and a half or so.
picking people up.
And then it was really just a taxi, picking people up and then
Yeah.
dropping them back off. And then we got out there to Cade's Reef, which was just a devastated reef from the hurricane anyway. Although we saw a really cool lobster and a
Yeah.
massive
I saw the most diversity there.
pike. Ben, is that what we saw? A massive pike fish?
I saw pufferfish.
Barracuda.
A barracuda. We saw massive barracuda. Yeah,
Yeah.
pufferfish. So, but the reef itself was kind of
The
destroyed.
reef, thanks to tourists like you.
And then
Wearing all that
video
non-reef proof
and,
sunscreen.
and then they made us wear these life jackets on the way out there. Snorkeling.
It wasn't terrible.
It
in
was
my opinion.
terrible.
It makes sense because you could have stood up in a lot of the places.
Yeah, but I wanted to dive down.
But
I think
it was
mainly
a reef,
for
so if we got a bunch of white
liability
people
reasons.
standing up,
Yes, I get it from a tour. So in my mind, I had planned this, and it was going to be like 10 of us on a catamaran out to this reef, snorkeling all day. What ended up happening was we were an hour and a half into it. This massive catamaran that held 60 people. We're all out there in the most touristy thing you can do, and put life jackets on to snorkel with 60 people who can't snorkel.
can't swim.
And it's really just
fast.
an exercise thing because we have to follow the leader, and he's just speeding out ahead of everybody. We follow him all the way down the reef and then have to turn right around and come all the way back. Then we take the catamaran back into this beach that's a pretty beach, but you can't see anything because it's just all sand. They make us a really good lunch. And then we taxi
Yeah, that
people
was
back
good.
to their
Good food.
we taxi people back to their resorts, like 2 more pit stops, and then we get to go back. So it was very long, and thankfully they also had rum, like all of the other places. But
Yeah, I feel like we could have done the reef better on that site.
we were so disappointed. We actually, when we got back, we booked a taxi and tried to go do it again ourselves to a different place.
Which leads to another thing. I think you asked how you would make it better or suggestions or stuff. I think the time of the year would be better if you want to specifically snorkel. I think we need to research what time the ocean's calmest. Because it seemed like most of the places we went to, it got really choppy at night.
Yeah.
We had the
When
wind
there were
would pick up and
yeah,
stuff.
there were waves close to shore, so you kind of had to get past the waves to get out. And
I think that's
calmer.
just, natural for most beaches to have waves.
Yeah. Well, and the waves,
Okay, then.
the waves just made it so sandy.
Yeah, it
You
would
couldn't
kick
see
up the
anything.
silt and stuff. So
And we ended up, so we took this cab out, this really nice guy, took us out to this beach. We tried to go out and we couldn't really see anything. And there was nothing, and we were so far out there. And the sun was setting, so it was shark feeding time.
We saw an
the
eel.
Yeah, the eel.
Oh, yeah, we saw one eel.
But
That was
I
cool.
kept seeing things, and it would be too hard to find it because you have to get down because of all the
Below
sediment.
all the silt,
So-
yeah. So then we get back on the beach, and we're walking back, and we just about lost Becky, was carried away by mosquitoes. The rest of us were
Hey, I
held
saved
hostage.
all your stuff from the lurkers
That's
behind.
true. There were
Yeah, there
lurkers
was a
behind Becky.
creepy lurker in the woods right behind Becky.
And
I
we
sat
were-
on the beach and read a book
Which-
during the sunset. It was lovely.
Shout out to Google. If anybody is traveling, use Google Maps and look up the places and look at the reviews because I knew ahead of time that people lurked in the
Oh,
woods.
it had lurkers in the ratings.
Yeah, so it said keep somebody with all your gear. If you leave it unattended, they'll disappear.
Beware of lurkers. Yeah.
Just glad I didn't get.
You didn't get lurked.
I didn't get
No.
lurked.
Yeah. that
He was
close.
looking at you. He was 40 feet away staring at you,
I
but
couldn't see him from
Yeah.
my.
yeah,
Yep.
dark shadows,
But yeah, lots of mosquitoes right as the sun set.
skin tone.
Yep. Yeah. And then the mosquitoes came out from the fresh water on the other side. So then we took the cab back and made it back onto the ship and had a good meal. And that was a wrap. Or did we have one more place, Ben?
We had the open sea.
Oh, that was so long ago, I barely remember.
This was just last week.
We went to
So
Puerto
long
Rico
ago.
to La what was the jungle?
It was called El Yunque or
Yunque.
Yunque
Yeah.
or Yunk or however white people say it.
Which I found out Gunner went to there to build a church or rebuild a church.
That's where he went.
To Puerto Rico?
Yeah, he's been to Puerto Rico
I thought he
and
went to
Mexico
Cozumel.
twice. He went to Mexico twice.
Who knew?
I didn't know he didn't went to Puerto Rico.
Yeah, he said something about the bugs, so it was
Huh.
must be a thing there.
Yeah, well, we went to, we pulled in and stayed at a resort in the largest national rainforest in the United States. And,
Saw coconuts for the first time in the trip.
yeah, went out to the beach and tried to snorkel there. Walked up and down the beach. It was there was, again, nothing to see. From a snorkeling perspective, most of the week was not very good. But lots of good swimming, lots of good sun.
Yep.
Lots of very pretty ports. I feel like, to Ben's point earlier, I got to see a lot of different countries or places in one time. So I can kind of pick and choose what I want to go back to, if anything. So that was cool.
Yeah.
And then we flew out, and it was a peaceful, smooth ride home.
Yep.
Yep, just like that.
Yep.
There was another flight that night that was going from Washington, D.C. to England. Did you see what happened?
No, what happened?
It got up to 800 miles an hour. So normal flying speed, I guess, is like 500 something.
Okay.
Went up to 800 and landed 45 minutes early.
Oh, wow.
That's what we could have had.
That went to England, you said?
Yeah, from Washington, D.C. So
it caught a jet stream or something and just blasted across the Atlantic?
yeah, and so they had a bumpy ride, which would have sucked. But compared to what we had, I would have taken that.
You would have gone the other direction.
Yeah. Or just get there faster to Seattle. Because we got stuck in nowhere.
Yeah, we talked about that on
It
the
wasn't
last
nowhere. It
episode
was
with
Sioux Falls.
Steven. But
Sioux Falls.
yeah, we basically got hijacked by a fake medical emergency.
We don't know that it was fake.
It was fake. He got up and walked off the
Yeah,
plane
he walked.
Not by himself.
by
Yeah,
himself.
he walked. He was
Nobody
barely
could carry
leaning
him.
him.
He was way too big to be carried.
It was ridiculous. If that was the military, they would have shamed him.
So we
It was
landed
terrible.
in Sioux Falls. Shout out to Dave, the bartender, who made it thousands of dollars in tips.
Yeah, he got the coolest. I mean, I wasn't expecting. I bought 2 cores and he gave me 4 basically. So that
Nice.
helped the night.
Yeah. And then we got back on and made it home after midnight at like 3 a.m. So
Yeah.
Yep, that
it
was
was
terrible.
a long. Shout
Dude.
out to Becky for driving us home. Thanks, Becky.
You're welcome.
Evading that guy who
was a
took
long
off his
day.
clothes.
Yeah, the guy that you all heard in the last episode, dear listeners, who was shaking his junk.
If you haven't, go back and listen.
Yeah.
It's terrible.
Yeah. What would you guys do again as far as a cruise? Would you do that cruise line again, or should we try a new cruise line in the future?
That one, because there's no kids or anyone under the age of 18.
But we can try other cruise lines without
No,
kids.
we cannot.
There
Okay.
are other cruise lines with their kids?
Without our kids.
Oh.
Or you just
yes,
mean no
with their
kids?
kids.
No
in
kids
general.
altogether.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah. Okay, fair.
I think I would do it again. It would be hard without the kids. It'll probably be easier the older they get. Mm-hmm. But I would be interested if they have like a Mediterranean one?
Of that or one with the kids?
Virgin.
Yeah,
Mediterranean.
one's leaving this in June.
Oh,
What are you
that-
doing in June?
We're not
Not,
going.
no, we don't have the
Not that.
money.
Okay.
But I would
But
be
ye- but
interested in
yes.
somewhere else.
They do
One day.
Yes, they do have one in the Mediterranean.
Yeah.
Actually, you know what? It's cheaper than the one we just went on, but it's more expensive to fly there.
Because I think I've been to enough places in the Caribbean where I have like a top 3 places I would want to go back. And I think I would just rather get a resort there
Yeah.
or Airbnb.
Yeah.
Yeah, so like no more cruises to the Caribbean, but we could do cruises in other places.
Or
What about-
select cruises. Like
Yeah.
Make
Yeah.
sure. Like,
Know where you're going.
because I haven't been to
there.
the American Virgin Islands. Those could be the coolest. Or
They
they
could-
could be the worst.
It could be
Or the
coolest.
Northern Caribbean.
Yeah, we were. That was the Puerto Rico and
You know, above that.
British
the Bahamas.
Virgin Island. The
Oh.
Bahamas.
Bahamas and the Caribbean are different.
Oh, it's the
not.
same sea.
They're not.
No, the Bahamas are not
Then why
the
do we
same.
call them different things?
They're different.
Same, but different.
Yeah, so
Northern Caribbean.
you
the
would want to
Bahamas are above Puerto Rico.
you'd want to go out of Miami, Ben, for the Bahamas.
Yeah, and those might be different. I don't think
Yeah,
I've
that's
been
all
there.
the primary pirate coves and all that.
Is that where Jamaica is?
Jamaica's
Kind of. Jamaica's that
west
huge on the
of
map
Puerto
right there,
Rico.
that massive blue
That's
piece
Cuba.
That's Cuba.
underneath. No, right? Yeah, so go out of Miami and then go south.
Yeah, I'm good with like not going back to Jamaica.
Yeah, you've been there
or
before.
Cozumel or
That's Mexico.
the British Virgin Isles. I don't think we're missing anything.
No.
Grand Cayman was good on
Maybe
our
in
first.
30 years when Richard Branson's Jurassic Park takes off, it would be cool to see some animals. But
Yeah. Well, it was fun. I'm glad you guys got to come. I appreciate your ability to get babysitter. Shout out to mom and dad for watching your kids.
Yeah.
And
Yep.
Grace for watching mine.
Yep.
And or ours, I should say. And shout out for Ben and Steve getting to leave your HelloFresh sitting on the front doorstep that whole week. Did you get it? Did it
Yeah,
work?
it was there.
And it was still good? It was still fresh?
We'll find out.
Oh, you haven't even eaten it yet.
Haven't eaten all of it.
Good. All right. Well, anything we want to leave for historical posterity that our children will listen to 20 years from now?
bring cash when you go through the Caribbean. Bring small denomination U.S. dollars. In 5s, 1s, 20s.
For tipping or for food?
Tipping or
for-
food. Whenever you buy something.
Breaks.
Like we bought that clothes
The outfits for our kids.
and just gave the
Oh,
lady
right.
a tip that was probably,
Twice her day's salary.
yeah.
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 Okay, so
Having
small
cash is good
denomination
if you want to buy
cash.
stuff.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep. Okay.
It was really nice to have a week away from work and totally disengage.
Yeah.
I enjoyed that.
Although this was the first cruise I've been on where I had internet the whole time. So I did not. What I've enjoyed about cruising in the past is that it forces me off my phone. In this case, I was on it still a lot, which was not as enjoyable. But it was still sort of disconnecting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You have to choose to disconnect at that point.
Yeah. Yeah. Yep. Okay. Ben, anything else?
Nope.
You brought all your gear. Do you feel like you got to use it? You brought
Would you do
Nope.
it again?
$200 worth of gear that you had to fly there and back, 70 pounds worth of gear.
Yeah, would you bring your hookah snorkel again?
Yeah, probably.
Would you bring
'cause,
your turbojet?
It's always better to have it and not need it than need it and not have it.
It was helpful on the wreck because that current was so strong. I would use your
Yeah, definitely the scooters because those are
I
small
just
enough.
blew back along the.
Yeah, those things are
Wreck.
small enough you can put it in your backpack and walk around easily enough. They don't weigh a lot.
Yeah.
The hookah snorkel, I think I only busted it out once, but I carried it everywhere.
Yeah, it was
Just
heavy
takes
and-
too long to set up.
The
And
one
when,
time you
if you
busted
only
it
have,
out, it flipped on you and sucked water down your mouth.
oh yeah, I know. I guess I used it twice.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, no, it's all the places we did snorkel. We didn't have enough time to actually make it worthwhile pulling it out and setting it up and using it. So I'd still bring it just in case. You never know.
Yeah.
Never know. It's, can't really use it here because the water's too murky.
I'd bring more bottle inflators, bottle protectors
Oh, to bring more room
for the
home.
luggage. Yeah.
I think they would have given you. Oh, the ones you brought.
Yeah, the inflatable ones.
Yeah.
Those were a lifesaver.
Yeah, those are nice.
Nobody lost any.
I did not know. Yeah.
No, the bottle. I don't care about the plastic. That was just one time use.
Yeah.
I was just saying the balls didn't break on the way home.
Right. All right. Well, I think it was good. I'm glad I got to go and see a lot of different cool places. And for me, the big thing was the warmth. I needed something. It was 80 degrees and sunny, and that was nice. Much needed. So,
Get some tan on my body.
yep.
Yeah, that-
you're a little peely these days.
Like last thing, that was
Remember.
another nice thing about Virgins is you can walk around in your bathing suit and a cut-off T-shirt, and you're not getting judged by
Did they do that on the other cruise that you guys went on?
Yeah, if
couldn't
you
walk
went to, like-
around in a bathing suit.
Well, you could, but you couldn't walk around and get food or go into a store or stuff. You get judged
Did
by
like
somebody.
make you wear pants or whatever?
You get judged by somebody wearing a dress and jewelry at noon.
Oh,
It felt like it was all
on a-
hoity-toity.
on a fancy cruise. Yeah.
Well, yeah, and there were some old people on this one, but I didn't feel like
They were like party
they were.
old people.
They were party old people, so they didn't care. But
and they still dressed. There were some people that still dressed up.
Yeah.
I noticed
Yeah.
on some of
Yeah.
the nights they were still really fancy, but it wasn't. It was like for them, not
yeah,
for
just
them
'cause
to
they
look
wanted
at
to.
us. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it is nice. That's true. It's a good sort of
So
laid back.
Laid back, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I appreciate you guys being on the air today to share for historicalness and posterity's sake, and for the listeners who are interested in the Eastern Caribbean or Virgin Voyages. This was our tour this year. It was a lot of fun. We made it back alive, and Ben did not get third-degree blisters on his nose. Shout out to Ben for doing the right thing as we age.
I never get blisters on my nose.
And that's a wrap.
Thanks for listening.
Thank you for listening to another episode of the Ana Vivo podcast. We welcome your feedback and ideas. You can learn more about us by simply Googling the word Ana Vivo. This podcast is supported by listeners like you. I am a licensed real estate broker with Compass Real Estate and a nationwide real estate matchmaker. We consult with you for free, find and vet the right real estate professional that specializes in the area and niche you need, are paid by that professional, and they get clients like yourself who want and need their unique specialty or winning track record. If you or someone you know is in the market to buy or sell real estate anywhere in the U.S., don't simply web search the highest paying advertiser. Let us use our licensed experience to find and vet the real and best professional for you. It costs you nothing but a phone call or email with me, and has saved my clients financially and emotionally. I'd be honored to serve, and you can reach me direct by email at tim.c.miller@outlook.com. And as always, to God be the glory.